Hello dear student, welcome to the hands-on lab chemistry experiments video series. In this series we are going to perform an experiment on thin layer chromatography. So as you know, TLC is a very common technique we use in organic chemistry, and here we are going to separate the pigments from the extracts of the rose petals and spinach leaf using thin layer chromatography. So here I have, you can see the beautiful red rose. If you do not have red rose, you can use any other flower, any other color. And here we have spinach. You can also take green grass if you do not have spinach. So let's start this experiment, and I hope you will enjoy it. Okay, so before starting any experiment, read some literature first about the chromatography and thin layer chromatography experiments, and learn some theory using these key words. I will take a picture to upload after this. You will see in the video. And very important thing, you need use safety goggles. So any experiment for chemistry, you need safety goggle. If you do not have any safety goggle, at least you need sunglasses so that you can be protected. Okay, so let me show you these two paper first. So now we will start to see what are the material is required for this experiment. We will start first from safety goggles, and then flower of your choice. You can take either red flower or any other colored flower, and then here we have spinach, or we can take a grass or any other leaf. So we'll see some more ingredients here. And here I am using this 70% isopropyl alcohol, and this isopropyl alcohol we are going to use as a extracting solvent, and this work as an antiseptic, or it is also used in the hand sanitizer or antibacterial cleaning agent. So this is very commonly available in medical shop, or we can also use glycerin if you do not have isopropyl alcohol. Then we need a mortar and pestle. If you do not have this one, you can use any bowl or spoon. Then we need a microwave oven, but microwave oven is optional, which is here I have. And dropper or straw, some measuring cups, then toothpick or wooden stick. Next is here we are using a coffee filter, or we can also use a paper towel, but if you have a TLC, we can use that one stationary as a stationary face. Scissor, pencil, ruler, and we need here rubber bands and thread. And here I am taking 4 glass jar with lids. Then I will use as a water as a mobile phase, and we will use a vegetable oil or coconut oil or any other cooking oil you can use as a solvent, mobile phase. Then we need a trash container. Trash container is this one, and this is the napkin or paper towel or any cloth towel if you have. And then here we have a trash container. So let's start our experiment with these ingredients. I hope you will enjoy this experiment. Okay, so we will extract this spinach leaf first. So take the spinach leaf, 1 and 2 of them here. and then 2 leaves I will place them into this bowl, and then I'm going to add here, this is around 30 ml cup, measuring cup, so we'll add half of this one, 15 ml around, maybe you can add a little bit more. So basically I'm going to add 30 ml. So isopropanol in this mortar and pestle for 30 ml, and then this is the glycerin which I am going to add, measure here. This is around 5 ml. This is 5 ml glycerin. Add in this bowl, and then I'm going to add 5 ml water. Now we need to extract this one. So here you can see, if you come closer, look at, we need to extract like this. So here you can see it will green color will come. I want to use 2 different extracting solvent. So here you can see within 1 minute is how nice green color came. And in this bowl I would like to see if I can extract with this glycerin and water. If I don't have any, basically you need to rub a little bit, then it will come. So I'm going to warm little bit this one, that is why I want to use this for 10 seconds. Let's do 15 seconds. Okay, I warmed this for 15 seconds. Now it's a little better, and I will wait for some time. So here you can see I will do mix and wait. Mix and wait for 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll come back. Here you can see I'm mixing and wait for 15 minutes so that it will extract nicely. Okay, so while we are waiting for this extraction, we will prepare our jar. So take a small thread and hang the thread like this, and then use rubber band to tight it, and you can tie it like this. So this will be our holder for, and same way I have made all these 4 of them. So 1, 2, number 3 and number 4. All 4 jars are ready with the lids. Okay, so I made one jar and fill it water here. This is only water, so as a polar solvent. And I change the jar rather than jar. I'm using the glass, and I am using here as a vegetable oil as a non-polar solvent. So next is so let's cover this 2, 1 and 2. so that nothing will come out. Next is let's prepare our stationary phase. I have cut already these coffee filter like a tea tie style. So I will show you how I cut it. So let's cut from them on the side. And it should be at least 1 to 2 inch wide, so that we can have better spot space. So here you can see, if I will see the wideness, this is around 1.5 inch, which is good. And then cut it from the one side and one more, and then press it like this. Next is make around 1 centimeter spot, and then pencil line. Next is cut them from center to make a point like this and like this. So now our TLC plate is ready, and this is also extraction is going on, so it is almost ready. We'll start spotting. So now after 15 minutes, let's spot this extract, which is in isopropanol. Take a very small spot. It's all kind of green, you can see spot here. Maybe a little bit more. Once it will be dry a little bit, then hang this into water. The height is very important here. It should be touched very gently and close it. Now you have to record the time. Next is I'm using a different, oops, it got wet, no problem. We'll use same thing, spot here, let it dry a little bit. And then we will hang this into oil. So make sure this spot should be little, just barely touch the solvent. You can adjust the height like this. And then cover it. We'll see once it will be developed. So after 5 to 7 minutes, here you can see when I open, make a mark how far the solvent travel. and let it dry. So this is from the spinach isopropanol extraction and running in the water. Next, let's remove this. Let's drip the oil first. So it's hardly you can see move, but the good thing is this, that you can see the green color spot is also traveling with this. So this is our travel and this is the spot. Very small spot, but it is traveling. Okay, so next we'll do with this glycerin extract. Same thing with the glycerin extract. Now we'll take a spot from the glycerin. Glycerin have less extraction, and here for this oil thing. Now hang this into water. Cover it. Next, hang this into oil. It's too much hang. Pull the thread and then we'll come back. So now after 5 to 7 minutes, let's remove the TLC from the water and let it dry. First we have to make a mark for the solvent travel up to this height. So now we will do the TLC of rose petals. So here I have rose petals. Let's take some rose petal here and some of them into here. One more. That's it. So again add, here it is. Around 30 ml isopropanol and here I will add glycerin and a little bit water. My glasses is going away. Add a little bit more glycerin. Next, just you can see here to mix like this. And how nicely this red color is coming from the flower. And in these one we'll use the spoons to crush them. Better just heat for a minute, 15 seconds. So we'll keep extracting and we'll come back after 15 minutes. Okay, now so after 15 minutes of extraction, let's spot this rose from we need to and let it dry for some time, then we will dip into water. It's look like very dilute, and one more we'll dip it into so let them dry and then we will add into water and oil. So now here I run a little bit longer after 20 minutes. So let's see how this traveled. Remove this water TLC and it travel this to this height. And I can see this red color is everywhere moving. What about in the oil? In the oil it's not moving very well, but we can see very big red spot. So look like this flower, red flower have some color which is spreading from the horizontally rather than vertically, and this is very faint area. Here you can see it's hardly to see, but I can sort to show in the camera, but it's because it's very dilute. Let them dry and then we'll mark. Probably up to here we can see. And next, the last one I'm going to add, this is from the glycerin one, will go into the water, and this will go into an oil, and then we will analyze after some time. Now let's do the analysis of TLC collected from the spinach extraction. So there are 4 TLC 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you can see the spot is hardly moving. In the 2 it's good moving. In the 3 hardly can see. In 4 it is spreading on very slow movement. So TLC 1 is IP extract run in water, IP extract run in oil, glycerin extract run in water, and glycerin extract run in oil. So when I calculated the RF values, so distance travel by substance and distance travel by solvent. So here you can see in TLC 1 hardly any movement of the spot was observed, almost no movement. So basically look like the spot is not polar. That is why it's settled in the water bottom. In the second TLC it was darker spot and RF is very high. It means this spot, the extract from the spinach have the non-polar compound, non-polar pigments. That is why they travel with the oil better. In case of glycerin, spots were very dilute and very dilute spot and almost no travel in TLC 3, and in TLC 4 it was also very dilute but very slow movement was observed. So this was the TLC analysis of spinach. Let's see what happened in the TLC analysis of red rose petals. So red rose petals, from red rose petal I also collected 4 TLC, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 is IP extract run in water, IP extract run in oil, glycerin extract run in water, and glycerin extract run in oil. So here you can see this is the best spot or best spot which is travel with the water. It means red rose have a pigment which is the polar in nature, that is why it travel with the water. And in the oil it hardly move, basically it is traveling or spreading over the horizontally rather than moving on the vertically. Glycerin extract in the water is very faint spot but it still travel along. Here it's hard to find out. So let's see the distance traveled by substance divided by distance traveled by solvent to calculate the RF. RF of the TLC 5 was very high and it was good travel. It means red rose have water soluble pigments, and TLC 6 have not unable to determine the RF because dark red spot. Here you can see more travel more horizontally or spread basically. Then in TLC 7 it was also good but very faint and very light spot. So very dilute, good travel. And in the TLC number 8 it was also faint spot and travel or spread horizontally, not determined that RF. So this was the analysis of our TLCs. Now we'll see what we can conclude from these. So the conclusion and future work would be like this, that 70% isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol is better solvent for pigment extraction than glycerin water mixture, and spinach pigment better travel in oil, that is in non-polar solvent. It means spinach pigment are more non-polar in nature, and red rose pigments better travel in water, that is in polar solvent. It means red rose pigments are water soluble pigments. Next is a different TLC material or stationary phase must be tried. You can see this coffee filter may not be a good material. We should try some other stationary phase as well. And then mixture of the solvent and like oil and water, different percentage with different ratio, or other solvent mobile phase can also be tried. So this was the TLC experiment of spinach and red rose and comparison. So let's try with your own. Okay, so you can see this was the simple comparative study we did for the TLC analysis of spinach and red rose petals. So this experiment tells us that isopropanol is better solvent to extract the pigments than the glycerin water mixture. And second thing, spinach is giving more hydrophobic or non-polar pigments, and red rose flower have water soluble pigments. And these TLC which we made using a coffee filter, they are not very good, but still better. So in the future, once you try to experiment, there will be one more variation we can include, that different type of material, different type of papers we can try to see which paper will be better for the TLC. So try this experiment at your home and learn about the thin layer chromatography and experience what type of the pigments are involved in the different types of plants, leaves. So that's it.